Hello guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you a little digest booklet here, and it was produced probably in the very early war. I would imagine probably 1940. It isn't dated, but it's a little digest called the Wundertüte, which basically translates as the Bag of Wonders. It cost 50 Reichspfennigs at the time, and it was produced for both the home market and also for the German soldiers at the front, as it says on the front here. 100 pages of humor in pictures and words, both for front and home. And the publishers, I think, were really gearing this publication to the soldiers. It says on the front here that it would make an ideal present, and if you provided the details of the soldiers' field post number, they would be able to send it to them. And as you can see here, there's a German soldier on the front here with his girlfriend and the various cartoon figures around. It's, I guess, what when I was a kid we would have called funnies, and we'll just go through it. It's just kind of newspaper quality. It's not the best quality paper, but it has some very nice illustrations. I'm not going to go over the jokes and all of that. I'll just go and flick through the pages here. As you can see, some of them are kind of black and white, but many of them are color here. I do like these ones here by that particular artist here. I think his name is Freezer or Frisker or something. And he made these lifelike cartoons here with little risque jokes on the bottoms. And you can imagine a lot of these would have been torn out of the magazine and hung up on billet walls, for example, or you can imagine young soldiers on the west wall tearing these out and hanging up in their bunkers back in 1940, I suppose. And besides the cartoon drawings, there's also little sketches and little humorous stories. And again, these more lifelike pictures here that would have made ideal pin-ups, I suppose, for the soldiers on the front line. And again, as I say, you got these humorous stories. And again, these lifelike ones here. Seems these two women figure quite regularly in this particular publication. As I say, it's not dated, but I presume it's early war. So you got little jokes here, more cartoons. Some of them are very nicely drawn, actually. And it gives you a little insight into the humorous, well, what soldiers would have been reading, I suppose, at the time. Nothing serious in here. Got a couple of cowboys here, so it makes me think it's before the Americans entered the war. As I say, I think it's in a 1939 or 1940 produced magazine. Again, here's a nice pinup. And then you got more humorous little stories here, interspersed with all the cartoons. And again, you got these ones here. Again, that would have been nicely torn out and hung up somewhere, I suppose. I do like her mischievous look that she has. And again, we've got a Fräulein here, just wearing her underwear there, and her stockings. And they're very similar to the publications in America. They had very similar ones here, same. So I suppose, 1940 would have been the same fashions there as well, the shorts here and everything else. So if you kind of read, I suppose, the Saturday Evening Post way back in those days or something like that, you would have had similar cartoons in the American publications. The only date that the entire magazine has is on that little cot here, and it says 1939 here, has a little baby on top of the shelf here, so that's what I'm saying, it's probably 1939 or 1940 that the magazine was produced. And then you got little brain teasers here for you to try and get the solutions. So it's not just cartoons, it's not just humorous things. And some more brain teasers. So quite a nice variety of jokes, and we got crossword puzzles here, and again kind of a slightly risque cartoon here, and more crossword puzzles. And again, I do like the expression on that lady's face there. Again, that's if I were a German soldier in 1940, billeted in France or somewhere, I'm sure I would have torn these out and hung them up on some wall. That lady has a nice figure anyhow. And again, we got some more thought puzzles. And again, that kind of reminds you almost of the American B movies of the time. You know, if you're thinking about the Humphrey Bogart and Laurent Bacall films, very similar in style, I suppose, really of the period. And then you got the simple jokes here to continue. And in the end, you got the solutions for the brain teasers. And that's the end of the magazine. So that's just quite a nice little addition to my Third Reich collection. Again, something that a lot of soldiers in the beginning of the war would have probably been sent by their families, girlfriends, brothers and sisters and whatever. And it's quite a nice little souvenir, and in very good condition considering it's coming up to, I suppose, now 85, 86 years. So anyhow, I'll leave it at that. Video's getting a little bit long. Hope you enjoy that little peek at a humorous magazine for the Wehrmacht. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.